Hey, morning. Morning. It's been a hot minute since I was live here. God, I'm trying to press all the buttons. There we go. All done. I'm there. So, I've got to come on and talk. Just talk about why you're struggling to create content, your short form video content. So, your reels, your TikToks, your YouTube shorts, all of those things, right? So in the last year, I have worked with, countless pretty well established business owners, and they all have one thing in common. They are really struggling to create the content that's working now, like what's going on in the ultimately short form video content. And it's, once I break it down to you and you can see what on earth is going on and why your brain is finding it so fucking hard to convert from one to the other. So for most of you, for those that I've been working with, they're seasoned entrepreneurs, they're people that have been in the business for a long time. They know how to create content. They have created thousands of pieces of content over the years. And, that content looks like, for the most part, long written form content with potentially an image stuck on it. And you're probably using that on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, those places. And so you're really comfortable and you're really familiar with that style of content, that way of delivering the message and the thing that you want to say and do. And it's almost become really sort of hardwired into you that, when you have something coming up, you're going to write some long form content, really good copy, on point, stick one of your images on there, one of your branded images or whatever kind of image you use, and you get the engagement, you get the traffic, you generate the sales and all that good shit, right? And I know that there's a massive portion of people that are utterly terrified of video. Yeah, once upon a time, I was one of those people, believe it or not. And so the concept for you of having to go from, written form communication to video style communication is an absolute headfuck all by itself, right? Because you're not used to it. It's a completely different creative. It's a completely different way of delivering the things that you want to say, delivering your content. And your brain's just going, like, how am I supposed to do this? And then, because everything is short form video, everyone's attention span has massively shrunk. Like, we're not really fucking interested in anything long form so much anymore. Every now and then's okay. Like, it's got to be part of your content strategy, of course, but short form, short snippets is where it's at. So your brain is going, hang on a minute, I've got to do video content now. I've got to create my content in video form, but I've also got to do it in like 20 seconds. How am I going to do that? So you're asking your brain to go from long form content, something you're really hardwired to do, over to short form, delivering that big juicy fucking message in a really short video. And it's video content, which is a style of creation that you are just not used to, right? That is why it feels so hard, because you're not just changing one thing, you're actually changing two things. You're having to condense the way that you deliver. That's one. And again, people massively struggle with that. And you're also having to change your creative method. So images over to video, right? And ultimately, that's exactly why it's so damn hard, and why you feel like you just can't figure it out. And unfortunately, it's here to stay. It's one of those things you are going to have to learn. I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks or so. You're going to have to, at some point, step in and upgrade your skills. You've got to learn how to navigate short form video. Why? Because it's fucking everywhere. Okay? All platforms are now utilizing short form video. So, in a roundabout way, if you don't know how it came about, 2020, the world changed. Everyone stopped. Everyone got bored because we were at home. TikTok wiped the floor with all social media platforms, and it took everyone's traffic. Everyone's. Not just one platform. Every platform suffered apart from TikTok, which is why it had exponential growth at that time. And, you know, Meta, these guys are very familiar with, you know, borrowing other things from other platforms. They did it with Snapchat, and they introduced stories. They saw that Snapchat was taking a lot of the traffic away, so they implemented stories. And we now know Instagram stories to be, you know, the thing. It's been there for a long time. Instagram has done this before, so they thought, okay, let's go check out what TikTok's doing. Let's bring those short form video into Instagram, which is what you now know as Instagram Reels. Yeah. The difference that Instagram Reels made to the platform was pretty huge. So Instagram plateaued, Facebook plateaued for, you know, for the first time in a number of years, and Reels has now generates more than 50% of the engagement over on Instagram. Okay, so it was a huge success. So of course now you've got, you know, Instagram mimicking TikTok, and, you know, they're trying to. Instagram hasn't been an innovator for a very, very long time if you look at what they do and how they've built the platform. Shortly after that, you got, you know, YouTube Shorts was always around in the background, but they kind of stepped up. Then they have massively stepped up recently, because again, they know that short form video is where it's at. TikTok is the trailblazer of social media right now, and every platform is trying to follow what TikTok is doing, because if you look at watch time, TikTok like massively outweighs all other platforms. Yeah, sometimes double and more when you look at watch time, right? So everything is trying to follow TikTok. So you've got Shorts stepping up as well. Then Pinterest stepped into the arena and was like, hang on a minute, what's going on? They created their own one. They've got idea pins, same thing, same format, exactly the same. And then this year, halfway through, you got Facebook adding Reels into the mix as well. You can't escape the whole short form video. It's everywhere. And I don't think it's going to disappear for quite some time, if at all. So if you're trying to create content here, and you just can't, like, and you're still trying to follow the trend of, well, I'm just going to carry on doing my written text and my pictures and all that cool shit. You can do that. You can absolutely do that. But at some point, you are going to hit a brick wall, and things are going to slow down if they haven't done that already. So if you're seeing slower growth, if you're seeing plateaued growth, if you're seeing stagnant engagement, if you're seeing all of those things, then it's because you stayed with your 2020 social media strategy, when actually you need to step the fuck in and go, I need to change this, and I got to create something different. And, you know, it's a big deal for a lot of people, and I get it. Like, I fucking get it. Yes, I look like I've taken it to it like a duck to water. You know, I've been showcasing millions of fucking views for you recently, but trust me when I say, I didn't feel like that when I first saw TikTok. I ran the other way as swiftly as humanly possible. There was a dust-shaped cloud where I used to be when I first stepped into TikTok, because I was so far out of my comfort zone that I really felt like, that's not for me. I had a client once, she came to me, and it was a January 2020. And she said, like, you know, I think I really need to get into, hey Katrina, it's like I am in your head. She said to me, like, oh, you know, I think I need to do this TikTok thing. You know, can you help me? And I was like, no, I can't. Like, I can't help you. It's not my bag. I said, it's not my bag. I can't get my head into it. I can't get my head around it. Like, can't. It's not for me. I said no. And it took me months to get my head around it, to figure out how I could utilize it in my business. Fast forward 2 years, and, you know, I've done 3.5 million views in the last 10 days. That's insane. To my brain, even still, it's fucking insane. So I guess the point of this is I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that there's a lot of people feeling the same way that you're feeling. There's a lot of people that are struggling with what is going the fuck on. But I'm also here to say to you, you need to step in and step up and look at or relook at your content strategy if you haven't done that for a minute. Because what worked for you a year ago, what worked for you 2 years ago is not going to work for you now. It's just not going to happen. And if you want to continue to grow and have your content as your lead gen, as your traffic driver, as your brand builder, as you know, all of those things, you're going to have to change your content strategy and add in something that's probably going to make you feel really fucking uncomfortable for a while. And that's cool, right? You know, nobody ever got anywhere while you're sitting in your comfort zone, right? I don't know what the fucking phrase is, but there is one, I'm sure. So it's why I'm opening the autumn round of creating confident content. And what we're going to be focusing on inside of there is, yes, all that core fundamental core strategy that you need to rock the fuck out, because you have prime picking right now. All the platforms are fighting for attention. So this is a really, really good time and space for you guys to get on, like learn what it takes and build really big communities online. Really good time to do it. But also for the live element, and I always do this, so whenever I do a course, you'll always see two sides of the coin to me. And you'll have creating confident content, which is pre-recorded. It's going to give you all that core shit that I've used for more than a decade, that has generated millions of views, hundreds of thousands of followers, hundreds of thousands of pounds. You can figure all that out. That's going to be there, and I'm going to be there to hold your hand. But then you're going to get 8 weeks live training with me, and we're going to really dive into short form video. Short form video success is what it's being called. 8 weeks live training. And this isn't, I wanted to be really careful not to focus solely on one platform, because that's not what it's about. I want to show you how to utilize short form video in its very core. So regardless of whether you're going to post it on TikTok, regardless if you're going to use it on Reels, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, wherever, LinkedIn, wherever you're going to fucking use it, what we're going to do in the 8 weeks training is teach you how to use it really well, and so that you can get comfortable with it and you can create your own unique version of it, and you know, update your social media strategy, you know, for want of a better word, right? So course opens today. We got early bird for a couple of days. If you want to take a peek, it's iamsambarefoot.com/creating confident content. But if you just go to iamsambarefoot.com, I've pinned it right at the top for you. Come and take a look. If you feel like fucking hell, my content's just not doing what it used to do, and you need some help, let me help you. This is my signature course when it comes to content. It only opens twice a year, so you got autumn and then it won't be open again until spring. But like I say, you always get that two-pronged attack with me. So you're going to get a really good grounding pre-recorded course, and then we're going to dive into 8 weeks of you and I working together in a live capacity, where I'm going to be showing you things, walking you through things, and helping you out to get your head straight, get your head unpickled from that whole, you know, me, how am I going to create written content in a video form, but I've now got to do it in under a minute. Like, you know, that whole conundrum that your brain keeps telling you, which is probably stopping you from stepping in, right? So yeah, we're open there today. I will be emailing my list. I think the email goes out in about half an hour. So if you're on my email list, you're going to get all the juicy details anyway. But my inbox is open. If you've got questions, if you want to know what, you know, any of the details, what it's about, is it going to help you? Is it going to be helpful? You know, are we going to focus this? This is my kind of style. This is my business. This is my niche, blah, blah, blah. All those questions. My inbox is open all weekend. I'm going to be in the office all weekend, catching up and doing all of this stuff. So yeah, time for an upgrade, my darlings. If you don't, you very will likely be left struggling with, you know, going forward. Short form videos not going anywhere. Content strategy really needs an upgrade, and I'm going to help you do it. All right. So happy Friday. Have an amazing weekend. I'll see you soon.